Welcome to Bills Nation Daily, your ultimate daily dose of everything Buffalo Bills. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate Bills fans as we break down all the latest news, highlights, and game analysis. Go Bills! The NFL world is buzzing today with shocking news that seems almost too dramatic to be true, yet the whispers are becoming too loud to ignore. TRE'DAVIOUS White, the cornerback who has been synonymous with Buffalo Bills defense for years, is reportedly on the verge of leaving the team. And insiders claim this move is not just a fleeting rumor, but a very real possibility. Fans, analysts, and casual observers alike have taken to social media to express their disbelief, frustration, and curiosity about what could have led to this moment. White's performance on the field has always been stellar, marked by exceptional instincts, unmatched coverage skills, and an ability to read offenses in ways that make veteran quarterbacks sweat. This cornerback has been a cornerstone for the Bills, contributing not only through interceptions, pass deflections, and tackles, but also by being a vocal leader in the locker room. Sources close to the team suggest that contract negotiations may have hit a wall, and philosophical differences between White and the front office could be the trigger for this monumental decision. While the Bills' management has remained tight-lipped, insiders hint that something significant is brewing behind the scenes, signaling that change is imminent. The timing of TRE'DAVIOUS White's potential departure is particularly striking, given that the Buffalo Bills have been riding a wave of high expectations and playoff aspirations. The cornerback has consistently been recognized as one of the league's elite defenders, earning multiple Pro Bowl nods and All-Pro selections, accolades that underscore his value both on and off the field. Fans who have watched every snap, every game-changing play, and every clutch performance are finding it difficult to imagine a future without White patrolling the secondary. The chatter among sports analysts is intense, with many speculating that the cornerback could be seeking either a more lucrative contract elsewhere or a new environment that aligns with his vision for the next stage of his career. Meanwhile, Bills supporters are left grappling with a mixture of hope and fear, wondering if the team can maintain its defensive identity without its star cornerback. The locker room atmosphere, insiders suggest, might be shifting, and players who have looked up to White as a mentor are reportedly anxious about the potential void his absence would create. If this move comes to pass, it could trigger a ripple effect across the league, influencing trades, free agent signings, and even the strategies of teams competing in the same division. TRE'DAVIOUS White's departure could also have profound implications on the Bills' defensive scheme, which has relied heavily on his ability to neutralize top wide receivers. Coaches and coordinators have praised his football IQ, noting that his presence allows other defensive backs to operate with more confidence and freedom. Without him, the team may need to reconsider its approach to coverage, pass rush, and even secondary alignments, potentially opening the door for opponents to exploit weaknesses previously covered by White's exceptional awareness. Rumors from league insiders suggest that the team might be actively exploring cornerback options in upcoming drafts or trades, signaling that management is preparing contingency plans in case White's exit becomes official. Meanwhile, the rumor mill has also started speculating about potential landing spots for the cornerback, with teams like the Packers, Rams, and Dolphins being named as possible suitors, each with unique opportunities and motivations to acquire a player of his caliber. Fans have taken to forums and social media to debate the potential outcomes, weighing the impact on the Bills versus the benefits for a new team. Amidst this whirlwind of speculation, one thing is certain. TRE'DAVIOUS White's name is dominating headlines, and every update is being dissected by analysts eager to predict the next big move. Insiders also hint that personal factors might be influencing TRE'DAVIOUS White's decision to leave Buffalo, though specifics remain murky. Some suggest that a desire to compete for a championship in a different market, combined with contract disagreements and long-term career considerations, may have nudged the cornerback toward exploring opportunities elsewhere. While speculation is rampant, those close to White describe him as someone driven by both ambition and a deep understanding of his own value, which could make this departure as much about timing and circumstance as about finances or team dynamics. The rumor landscape is thick with theories, including whispers that the Bills management may be hesitant to match offers from other teams, reflecting internal assessments about cap space, long-term roster flexibility, and strategic priorities. Meanwhile, White's agent, while remaining publicly neutral, has reportedly been in discreet conversations with multiple franchises, fueling the fire of speculation across sports media. As the story unfolds, the Buffalo community is caught between admiration for White's accomplishments and concern about what his absence might mean for the team's future. Every report, tweet, and insider tip is being amplified, creating an atmosphere that feels almost cinematic in its tension, leaving fans, commentators, and players alike on edge, waiting for the official confirmation that could change the landscape of the NFL's secondary forever. League observers have also started analyzing the potential ripple effects that TRE'DAVIOUS White's departure could create across the competitive balance of the AFC. Analysts argue that if White joins another high-profile team, it could alter playoff projections, defensive rankings, and even the perceived dominance of the Bills division. The cornerback skill set is universally acknowledged as elite, and teams seeking defensive stability see him as a transformative addition capable of changing the trajectory of a season. In this context, the rumors surrounding White's exit are not just about Buffalo, but about the wider league implications, with every team watching closely to assess how this move could reshape matchups and strategic planning. Social media discussions have exploded, with fans dissecting potential trades, contract terms, and the emotional impact on the locker room. Even casual viewers are tuning in, drawn by the drama of a star player potentially leaving a franchise where he has been a defining presence. Meanwhile, pundits are speculating on how the Bills' draft strategy might shift in response, weighing the need for immediate replacements against the development of younger players already in the system. As the debate rages on, the NFL universe seems to collectively hold its breath, acknowledging that if White departs, it will mark a pivotal moment not just for Buffalo, but for the entire league. Behind the scenes, sources suggest that negotiations have been intense, with both sides maintaining strong stances on critical points such as contract length, guarantees, and performance incentives. While the Bills reportedly respect White's contributions and leadership, they also face practical considerations tied to salary cap management and long-term roster planning. Rumors indicate that these discussions have reached a level of complexity that could explain why insiders are so confident about the possibility of his departure. Meanwhile, the cornerback's reputation as a consummate professional adds another layer to the story, as teams are aware they would be acquiring not just a talented player, but someone who brings experience, discipline, and a winning mindset to the locker room. Fans are left to imagine the scenarios: a dramatic free agent signing, a mid-season trade, or even a quiet decision announced quietly at the season's end. The uncertainty fuels the rumor mill, with every insider tip and social media leak analyzed for clues. As coverage intensifies, the narrative surrounding TRE'DAVIOUS White has evolved from speculation into a story that feels almost inevitable, with tension, drama, and anticipation building with every passing hour. The emotional impact of this potential move on Buffalo fans cannot be overstated. White has been more than a player. He has been a symbol of resilience, excellence, and identity for the team. His style of play, characterized by speed, intelligence, and aggressiveness, has inspired a generation of supporters, many of whom see him as irreplaceable. As rumors circulate, debates rage in local sports bars, online forums, and television segments, reflecting a mix of hope, sadness, and disbelief. Analysts speculate that if White leaves, the franchise may face a period of adjustment, both on the field and culturally, as new leaders emerge and strategies shift. Meanwhile, discussions about potential replacements have created a whirlwind of speculation, with names, draft picks, and trade packages circulating rapidly among fans and insiders. Social media has become a stage where every rumor is amplified, dissected, and debated, adding layers of narrative to the unfolding drama. As the community braces for confirmation, the story of TRE'DAVIOUS White's future continues to dominate headlines, becoming more than just a rumor, but a narrative with high stakes for the team, the league, and the fans who live and breathe every play. The financial aspects of this situation are equally captivating, as speculation suggests that salary negotiations may have reached a stalemate. White's contract demands reportedly reflect his market value as one of the league's top cornerbacks, and some insiders argue that the Bills may be unwilling to meet certain terms, citing long-term cap concerns and team structure. Rumors point to potential offers from other franchises that could be more lucrative, providing both financial security and new opportunities for championship contention. Meanwhile, pundits are debating whether Buffalo will make a last-ditch effort to retain him or pivot toward younger talent, which could reshape the team's defensive priorities. This financial angle adds another layer of drama, as fans weigh loyalty against business realities, considering how cap space, bonuses, and incentives could influence the ultimate decision. In this sense, the rumor about White's departure is not just a story of athletic performance, but also a complex narrative intertwining contracts, market value, and strategic planning. The tension between sentiment and pragmatism has captivated the NFL world, keeping every observer on edge as they wait for official confirmation that could redefine the Bills' defensive identity for years to come. As the rumor mill heats up around TRE'DAVIOUS White's potential departure, insiders continue to paint a vivid picture of a cornerback at the crossroads of his career. Sources suggest that White is weighing multiple factors, including personal goals, team dynamics, and long-term legacy. Observers note that his decision is likely informed by a desire to compete for a championship while also maximizing his professional value, creating a complex calculus that extends beyond mere salary considerations. Meanwhile, speculation about potential landing spots has reached fever pitch, with analysts dissecting each team's defensive schemes, cap space, and need for a game-changing presence in the secondary. Fans, in turn, are dissecting every detail, from social media posts to historical contract patterns, in an effort to predict the next twist in this saga. Within Buffalo, whispers suggest that the locker room is bracing for a significant shift as teammates and coaches prepare for the possibility of losing a leader who has been instrumental both on and off the field. Rumors even hint at internal discussions around draft strategies, free agent targets, and defensive realignments, indicating that the organization is quietly making contingency plans while publicly remaining composed. The tension is palpable, creating a narrative that feels almost cinematic, with every leak and tip analyzed for hidden meaning. Analysts argue that TRE'DAVIOUS White's exit would resonate far beyond Buffalo, potentially altering the landscape of the AFC and changing the calculus for playoff matchups. His coverage skills, ability to read opposing offenses, and knack for making game-defining plays have made him one of the league's most feared cornerbacks, a fact that could shift competitive balance dramatically if he joins a rival team. Rumors suggest that franchises like the Packers, Dolphins, and Rams are monitoring developments closely, ready to pounce if an opportunity arises. Meanwhile, the debate over the Bills' strategy has intensified, with insiders questioning whether management will invest in an immediate replacement, promote younger talent, or adjust the defensive philosophy altogether. Social media chatter has exploded, with every fan, analyst, and former player weighing in, dissecting possible trades, contract scenarios, and long-term implications. Within this maelstrom of speculation, the storyline around White's departure has transcended typical sports rumors, evolving into a saga that blends athletic excellence, business strategy, and emotional stakes. The anticipation surrounding the announcement, whenever it comes, has captured the imagination of the entire football community. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. Sources close to the situation hint that TRE'DAVIOUS White's potential departure could spark a chain reaction across the NFL, with rival teams positioning themselves to capitalize on his elite talent. Analysts have suggested that acquiring a cornerback of White's caliber could immediately elevate a defense, shift competitive dynamics, and influence playoff prospects. Rumors about trade talks, potential contracts, and team priorities are being dissected with obsessive attention, as every detail could signal the next move in this unfolding drama. Meanwhile, discussions within Buffalo reportedly focus on maintaining stability, fostering leadership among remaining players, and exploring ways to preserve the defensive identity that White has helped define. Fans have become intensely engaged, analyzing mock trades, contract scenarios, and team fits, often debating the broader implications for both the Bills and the league as a whole. The storyline has a cinematic quality, blending suspense, anticipation, and strategic maneuvering into a narrative that feels larger than life. Each update seems to amplify the sense that a major shift is imminent, and the anticipation surrounding White's next decision continues to dominate sports media coverage. The NFL world collectively waits, tense and eager, as the saga unfolds. Insiders also point out that the potential departure of TRE'DAVIOUS White carries symbolic weight, representing more than just the loss of a player. His exit could signal a transition period for Buffalo, where veteran leadership must be replaced, defensive philosophies reconsidered, and team identity reassessed. Rumors suggest that the front office is actively weighing the cost-benefit equation, balancing the emotional impact on fans and players against financial considerations and long-term planning. Analysts have speculated that White's next move could involve selecting a franchise poised for contention, reflecting his desire to maximize both competitive success and personal legacy. Meanwhile, social media platforms are flooded with speculation, as fans debate which teams would benefit most and whether Buffalo can adequately compensate for the loss. The narrative has grown into a story of ambition, strategy, and uncertainty, capturing attention across the football community. Every insider tip, report, and leak is amplified, dissected, and analyzed, creating a dynamic, ongoing saga that blends human emotion, professional calculation, and league-wide implications. The suspense surrounding White's future has reached a fever pitch, captivating fans and commentators alike. The human dimension of this situation is not lost on observers, as TRE'DAVIOUS White's relationships within the team are said to play a significant role in the decision-making process. Sources indicate that camaraderie with teammates, mentorship roles, and locker room dynamics are all factors weighing on the cornerback, creating a nuanced narrative that goes beyond contracts and statistics. Rumors suggest that this human element makes the potential departure even more impactful, as players who have looked to White for guidance may face a period of adjustment and recalibration. Analysts have highlighted the psychological aspects of such transitions, noting how leadership vacuums can affect performance, morale, and cohesion. Meanwhile, fans continue to speculate, dissect, and theorize about timing, motivations, and potential outcomes, creating a social media-driven feedback loop that fuels the rumor mill. The story, therefore, is not only about athletic skill or financial negotiation, but about identity, loyalty, and the delicate balance between personal ambition and collective responsibility. Each report seems to deepen the intrigue, making every day feel like a new chapter in an unfolding drama that has captivated the NFL community and promises to leave lasting repercussions, regardless of the final outcome. As the saga develops, speculation about potential suitors for TRE'DAVIOUS White continues unabated, with insiders citing multiple franchises as likely destinations. Analysts suggest that the cornerback's elite skill set makes him a transformative asset, one capable of immediately impacting defensive performance and playoff prospects. Rumors indicate that teams in contention are weighing the strategic, financial, and cultural implications of signing a player of White's caliber, considering not just his on-field impact, but his leadership and mentorship abilities as well. Within Buffalo, discussions reportedly focus on maintaining team identity, promoting emerging talent, and navigating the complex landscape of contracts, cap space, and roster management. Meanwhile, fans are consumed by speculation, analyzing potential fits, trade packages, and timing scenarios, often debating which team would benefit most from acquiring the cornerback. The narrative continues to evolve, blending suspense, strategy, and emotion into a storyline that transcends typical sports reporting, creating a sense of anticipation that feels almost cinematic in scale. As each day passes, the drama surrounding Tre'Davious White's future deepens, keeping the NFL world riveted and ensuring that every update is dissected, debated, and amplified across the league. Finally, insiders suggest that the coming days could prove decisive in Tre'Davious White's story, with the possibility of a dramatic announcement or quiet resolution looming on the horizon. Reports hint at continued negotiations, evaluation of team priorities, and careful consideration of personal and professional goals, all converging in a complex decision-making process. Analysts argue that the outcome will resonate across the league, shaping playoff dynamics, defensive strategies, and fan sentiment alike. Meanwhile, fans, commentators, and former players remain intensely engaged, dissecting every rumor, tip, and social media post for clues about White's next move. The narrative has grown into more than a simple trade rumor. It has become a saga of ambition, loyalty, strategy, and human emotion, captivating the NFL community and creating a heightened sense of anticipation that feels unprecedented. Whatever unfolds, the impact of Tre'Davious White's potential departure will be felt for years, both in Buffalo and across the league, leaving a lasting imprint on the stories, strategies, and legacies that define professional football. The tension, speculation, and drama are far from over, and every observer waits with bated breath for the next chapter. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.